died live on camera. Jean Pormanov, whose real name was Raphael Gravin, was a 46-year-old French content creator who built his reputation on extreme challenges and endurance streams. On March 17, 2025, he began what would become his final broadcast, a 10-day marathon live stream on Kick that promised viewers unprecedented access to his deteriorating mental and physical state. The stream was marketed as ultimate endurance entertainment. Pormanov was subjected to sleep deprivation, with viewers paying to keep him awake through loud noises played at random intervals. Each day, the challenges intensified. By day 5, he was visibly disoriented, slurring his words and experiencing microsleeps on camera. What viewers didn't know was that behind the scenes, Pormanov had signed a contract requiring him to complete the full 10 days regardless of his condition. The production team continued pushing him, introducing humiliation segments where he was forced to consume substances later identified containing high levels of caffeine, amphetamine-like stimulants, and alcohol. On day 8, at approximately 2:13 a.m., Pormanov began showing signs of severe physical distress. His breathing became irregular. He complained of chest pain but was coerced to continue. The production team muted his microphone when he begged to stop. At 4:27 a.m., viewers watched as Pormanov suddenly clutched his chest. His body went rigid, then limp. For 17 minutes, he remained slumped in his gaming chair while the stream continued. No one on the production team entered the room. The camera captured his final, shallow breaths. Died of exhaustion. Li Hao was a 21-year-old computer science student in his final semester at Pingdingshan Vocational and Technical College in Henan Province, China. He had signed what the industry called a cooperation agreement with a media company that specialized in gaming content. The contract seemed simple on paper: stream for 240 hours across 26 days and produce 15 short videos monthly. What Li didn't anticipate was how the schedule would consume his life. The agreement calculated to over 9 hours of streaming daily, not including preparation time, editing videos, or his academic responsibilities. The media company paid him approximately 8,000 yuan, $1,200 monthly, just enough to help support his family in rural Henan. By November 2023, Li had adapted to an extreme schedule. His roommates later told investigators he would attend classes during the day, then begin streaming at 9 p.m. and continue until 6 a.m., catching only brief periods of sleep between lectures. His final week was particularly brutal, 5 consecutive night shifts without a break. On the morning of November 10th, Li's stream ended at 6:12 a.m. Viewers reported he appeared disoriented during the final hour, repeatedly losing focus during gameplay, and struggling to form complete sentences. He told his audience he felt strangely cold despite the heated dormitory. At 2:30 p.m., his roommate attempted to wake Li for an afternoon class. His body was cold to the touch. Despite shaking him vigorously, Li showed no response. Emergency services were called, but medics pronounced him dead at the scene. His body showed no external injuries. The autopsy revealed that Li had suffered a fatal cardiac arrhythmia, likely triggered by extreme exhaustion and prolonged sleep deprivation. His heart had simply stopped while he slept. Medical examiners found Li's body had entered a state of adrenal crisis after 5 consecutive days with less than 2 hours of sleep each. Alcohol overconsumption. Wang Mufeng, known to his followers as Brother 3000, was a 34-year-old influencer on China's Douyin platform. He had built a modest following of 170,000 fans by participating in eating and drinking challenges that pushed physical limits. On July 15, 2024, Wang joined a live PK challenge, a popular format where streamers compete against each other for viewer gifts and donations. The rules were simple but deadly. The creator who received fewer gifts during each round faced a punishment. That night, Wang repeatedly lost to his competitor. Each loss required him to consume a shot of baijiu, a clear Chinese spirit with alcohol content typically between 35 to 60%. The audience encouraged each drink with donations and comments. As the 3-hour stream progressed, Wang's speech became increasingly slurred. His face flushed deep red. By the stream's midpoint, he had already consumed 4 full bottles of baijiu, yet continued to accept more challenges. To prove to skeptical viewers that he wasn't drinking water, Wang struck matches and ignited the liquid, showing the blue flames characteristic of high-proof alcohol. During the final 30 minutes, Wang was barely coherent. He struggled to remain upright in his chair. The livestream ended at 11:42 p.m. with Wang waving goodbye to viewers while attempting to stand. He stumbled forward, knocking his camera over. The feed cut to black. 12 hours later, Wang's girlfriend entered his apartment after he failed to answer repeated calls. She found him face down on his living room floor, surrounded by empty baijiu bottles. There was evidence he had vomited while unconscious and subsequently asphyxiated. The medical examiner later determined his blood alcohol concentration was 0.58%, over 7 times the legal driving limit and well into the lethal range. An empty stomach and rapid consumption had accelerated the alcohol absorption. Wang had essentially poisoned himself for entertainment while thousands watched, donated, and encouraged his self-destruction. Charity stream tragedy. Brian Vigneault, who streamed under the name Posh Brid, was a 35-year-old father of 3 and a respected figure in the World of Tanks community. On February 19, 2017, he began what was intended to be a 24-hour charity live stream to raise money for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. It was a format he had completed multiple times before, often pushing through extreme fatigue to entertain his audience while supporting causes he believed in. The stream began at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. For the first 20 hours, everything appeared normal. Vigneault played match after match, pausing only for bathroom breaks and to thank donors. Viewers noticed he was drinking energy drinks and smoking cigarettes regularly to stay awake. By hour 21, his eyes were bloodshot, and his reactions in the game had noticeably slowed. After streaming for nearly 22 consecutive hours, Vigneault told his audience he was stepping away for a cigarette break. His voice was hoarse, and he seemed to struggle standing up from his chair. The camera continued rolling, showing his empty seat while viewers waited for his return. Minutes passed, then hours. Some viewers speculated he had fallen asleep off camera. Others joked that he had abandoned the charity stream. The truth was far more disturbing. At some point during his break, Vigneault collapsed in his Virginia Beach home. Medical examiners determined Vigneault had suffered cardiac arrest. The prolonged wakefulness, combined with caffeine, nicotine, and the stress of continuous performance, had triggered a fatal heart rhythm disturbance. His body was discovered still clutching an unlit cigarette. Overexhaustion. Na Dong-hyun, known to his million-plus subscribers as Great Library or BuzzBean11, was one of South Korea's most influential gaming streamers. The 36-year-old had been creating content since 2009, pioneering the Korean live streaming scene long before it became mainstream. On September 6, 2025, what had begun as routine exhaustion ended in tragedy at his Seoul apartment. In the days leading up to his death, Na's behavior on stream had grown increasingly erratic. During his final broadcast on September 4th, viewers watched as he repeatedly rubbed his temples and complained of severe headaches. "I haven't slept properly in 3 days," he told his audience while playing League of Legends. "My head feels like it's going to explode." For 5 hours, Na continued streaming despite visible discomfort. At several points, he briefly closed his eyes and swayed in his chair. Longtime viewers commented that he looked unusually pale. Midway through the stream, he abruptly stood up, clutching the side of his head, before sitting down again and apologizing. "Just dizzy," he explained. "It happens a lot lately." The stream ended at 2:17 a.m. when Na said he needed to lie down. Those would be the last words his audience ever heard from him. For the next 36 hours, his social media accounts remained silent. This wasn't unusual for Na, who often took breaks between streams without announcement. On the evening of September 6th, his ex-wife used her emergency key to enter his apartment after failing to reach him for a scheduled child custody exchange. She found Na on his bedroom floor. Emergency responders arrived within minutes, but could only confirm what was already apparent. Na had been dead for at least 24 hours. The autopsy revealed a massive cerebral hemorrhage had occurred at the base of his brain. Medical examiners explained that Na likely felt increasing pressure and pain as blood slowly leaked into his cranial cavity. Eventually, the bleeding accelerated, causing rapid unconsciousness and death. His body showed signs of severe sleep deprivation, with stress hormones at levels typically seen only in patients with advanced exhaustion disorders. Mukbang Tragedy. Efekan Culture was a 24-year-old Turkish mukbang streamer who had amassed over 800,000 followers across multiple platforms. His content centered around consuming massive quantities of food while engaging with viewers in real time. What began as occasional eating challenges in 2022 quickly escalated as his popularity grew. By early 2025, Culture was regularly consuming between 10,000 and 15,000 calories in a single sitting, often multiple times per week. Viewers tuned in to watch as he devoured entire family-sized pizzas, buckets of fried chicken, and dozens of hamburgers in one sitting. The more he ate, the more his audience grew. The more his audience grew, the more extreme his consumption became. It was a cycle that would ultimately prove fatal. In December 2024, regular viewers began commenting on Culture's labored breathing during streams. Even while sitting still, he appeared to struggle for air. His face and extremities showed visible swelling, and during a New Year's Eve broadcast, he paused several times to catch his breath between bites. By February 2025, Culture's weight had reached an estimated 440 pounds, a dramatic increase from the 170 pounds he weighed when his channel began. On February 7th, during what would be his final live stream, Culture attempted to eat 5 large doner kebabs in under 30 minutes. 20 minutes into the challenge, he began sweating profusely and complained of chest pain. The stream abruptly ended. 3 days later, Turkish media reported that Culture had been hospitalized with severe respiratory distress and cardiac complications. His organs, overwhelmed by his rapid weight gain, were beginning to fail. Doctors placed him on a ventilator as his condition deteriorated. For the next 3 weeks, Culture remained in intensive care. His body, already pushed beyond its limits by years of extreme consumption, could not recover. On March 7, 2025, his heart stopped. Despite 47 minutes of resuscitation attempts, doctors could not revive him. The official cause of death was listed as cardiorespiratory failure secondary to morbid obesity and metabolic syndrome. Culture's family later revealed he had been diagnosed with early-stage heart failure months before his hospitalization, but had continued streaming to maintain his income. If you want to see more videos like this, click the video on screen now and make sure to subscribe.